Hi guys, I'm back for another book talk. I'm going to be talking about a tool today to help you get more books into your house while you're stuck at home in quarantine. Some of us are living in areas where they're officially lifting quarantine, but please stay home if you can. And I'm also going to talk about a picture book that I love. Before I launch into all of that, quick real talk disclaimer. Not everything is going great in my house right now. One of my kids in particular is having a really hard time mental health wise. And I know that I am not alone, that a lot of you are home with kids that are having a really hard time. And I just want to say that I see you and I feel you. And I know that we're not hearing from a lot of us right now. We're seeing the bright, shiny pictures on Instagram of everybody learning in these perfect environments. But if your kid is getting frustrated and burnt out or stressed out or whatever, I hear you. And I'm just going to be totally honest about all we're getting done with that child is reading. I'm reading to him every chance that I get. And if he can't handle anything else, then we're just going to keep reading and everything's going to be okay. And so I just want to tell you that if things aren't going bright, shiny, perfect right now, and all you're getting done is reading, you're not alone, and you're not bad, and you're not wrong, and your kid's going to be okay. Something that helps me is actually, I've been tracking the reading that I do for them, like writing it down like it was my lesson plan for the day. And so later, if I'm talking to his teacher and she wants to know why we haven't turned anything in for the week, I can say that's true, but we did read for 2 hours out of this book over the course of the last 2 days, and hopefully that's worth something. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys and be honest that it's hard for a lot of us, and that's okay. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It means that we're all human and we're all stuck in a really difficult, messy human situation, and we're going to get through it. So the first thing I want to share with you is an app and a website. You can get it on your computer as a website, and then you can use it as an app like on your iPad. But it is called Epic, and right now, because of quarantine, they are offering it for a really for a short period of time free to parents. And I know that my kids' school actually sent home like a login, like they actually wanted all the kids to join Epic. Now, without any kind of supervision or encouragement, your kid might be like my kid and just want to watch all the videos on Epic. And that's fine. They're mostly educational videos. But I wanted to show you, in case you were wondering, we had talked about finding guided reading levels for your kids, and Epic will choose the right reading level for your kid if you know how to ask for it. So if I bring up Epic and I go to like the main board, I can click on books. There's also videos, read to me. That's what my kids mostly like doing, is having the books that are read to them. Audiobooks, which has no picture component. It's just like a book being read, and then collections. There's also quizzes. But if you go to books and then you scroll and you see there's all these different categories. There's cars and trucks, there's fantasy and magic, there's music, ocean animals, superheroes, unicorns. So if I click on unicorns, then I get all of these books, right? Just tons and tons. And then I can click on this block right here, says reading level. And then it's going to say grade, Lexile, AR, F&P, DRA, GRL. So if I go to guided reading level, GRL, then I'm going to see all of the letters, and you see they're grouped by like 3 or 4 at a time. So A through D, E through I. So if I click on L through O for one of my kids, then I'm going to see all of these books that are at a perfect reading level for my kid. So if you are trying to have like guided reading lessons with your kid, this isn't what I would say. You can only read these in your spare reading time. My kids like to read to me books, and I think that's great. But if I am out of books for them to read to me because they've read everything in the house that we have and we can't go to the library, this would be a great thing to be like, you're gonna sit down, I'm gonna open up Not Yet a Yeti, and it's so cute, and we're just gonna sit and read this together. And it's great. A lot of these are high quality literature. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew how to navigate EPIC and to know that you can actually toggle for the guided reading level of your student. And if you're not sure what the guided reading level of your student is, hop around on those and try some at the different levels and see where your kid is reading comfortably. You want to look for about 90% accuracy or better. If they're missing more than every 10th word, is way too hard. Go lower so that they can be more successful. The book that I want to share to you today is really appropriate for my household right now because we've got a lot of stressed out people. It is Fergal and the Bad Temper. This is Fergal. He's a dragon, a young dragon kid, and he enjoys playing with his friends and hanging out with his family and playing video games, but sometimes he gets really angry and he does what dragons do. He explodes and lights things on fire. And this happens over and over again. It happens at dinner, it happens on the soccer field, it happens while he's playing video games, and it's really embarrassing for him. But he also realizes after a while that his friends start to not want to play with him anymore. And he's just like, it's not fair. Things are not fair. And that's what's always driving his anger. It's like, this isn't fair. And his mom sits him down and she's like, well, and I love this mom. She's like, you know, dinner is burned and in the trash, and Bear's pastries are burned, and you know, nobody can play soccer anymore because you destroyed the net, and that's not fair either. You know, like, it's true that it's hard when people get frustrated with you, but you have to see things from other people's perspective, and not everybody wants to deal with somebody who's constantly flying off the handle because they can't control their emotions. And so she tells him, when we get angry, we have to use strategies, right? She doesn't use the word strategies, but she teaches him a strategy that she uses to calm down. And then he tries it, and it works pretty well. And he starts talking to his other friends, and he realizes that a lot of them have different strategies for calming down when they get frustrated. And I love the message, one, that everybody gets angry and that anger is normal, and that being angry is not the problem. It's okay to be angry. Setting fire to the soccer field that you're on is not okay, right? So it's like, it's not about how not to be angry, but it's how to calm your anger down when it's starting to get out of control. And so his friends tell him things like, you know, they count, or they go to a quiet place and make a really big noise, or they talk about their feelings, or they go out into nature, or they have a really good stretch. And he's trying all these things, and it was so great because when I read it with my kids, we started having great conversations about which of these I like to do and which ones work for me and which ones I've seen them do. And then they started talking about which ones they've tried or other things that they've done. And it's a great starting place to talk about strategies for dealing with really big, scary feelings. And I just think it's a really precious book, but it sets up a great opportunity to talk with kids. So I would say this is for the preschool, kindergarten, first grade, maybe even second grade crowd. Great read aloud. My 3-year-old loves it. But my kindergartners always want to come over and listen when I'm reading it to her. I can tell that it really connects with them a lot too. So that's my book talk for today. Nobody sent me any questions last week, so I'm guessing everybody's doing great. But if you have any questions and any needs that you would like me to address in the next book talk, let me know below. I will give you guys a link also below in the comments for buying Fergal and the Bad Temper from an independent bookstore. Thank you. See you guys later. Bye.